It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sport. We're bringing you the Chicago Bulls out at United Center as they'll face off against the Denver Nuggets. For the Nuggets, they haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games.
Let's begin this between Denver Nuggets. At center, Joey Dorsey. At shooting guard, Randy Ford. At the other guard position, Emmanuel Mudiay. At small forward, Wilson Chandler. At the other forward position, Kenneth Faried. The head coach of the visiting team is Mike Malone. At the small forward position, 6 feet 7 inches. Number 3, Nick Young. Starting at center, standing 6'11", number 0, Andre Drummond. And at guard, 6'3", from Memphis, number 1, Derrick Rose. From Marquette, number 21, Jimmy Butler. The other forward position, 7 feet, number 16, Pau Gasol. The head coach of your home team. Ladies and gentlemen, your Chicago Bulls!
It's a road game for the Nuggets, and they are facing an interconference matchup in today's game. The Bulls are enjoying this break from the road. And, of course, C.J. Miles. Let's see how they continue to fare without him.
Kevin, I thought he was really an important player for them, undervalued and not given the credit he deserved. That's not to say the trade was a mistake, but I think they'll miss him more than you might expect.
You know, chemistry-wise, I agree with you, Clark, because he was a glue guy. You know, he's a guy that kind of held things together for them in a few areas, and so not having him around might take some getting used to.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So on the floor for Denver, Chandler and Faried are at the forward spots. Mudiay out there at 4. And it's Dorsey in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here is 4. And the shot is good.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
The Nuggets missed the postseason again last year. Never really had a good look at it and just fell in back of the pack.
And it's the second straight year of not playing playoff basketball in Denver. This coming on the heels of 10 straight bursts between 04 and 13.
And Butler sends it back. Shot clock at 6. They get it back. And Dorsey kicks to Mudiay. Goes up with it again. And that is good. Mudiay's got his first bucket of the night.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
And, you know, for Denver, historically, they've enjoyed a lot of success for a long time. Missing the playoffs consecutively might have been the wake-up call they needed to try something different going forward.
Here's Mudiay after the made shot from Andre Drummond. And so just over a minute and a half played. Moutier, no good.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss. And listen, it's sometimes really hard for teams like the Nuggets to know when to rebuild. So while they weren't quite sure what they had coming into last season, by the end of it, they had a clear idea of what direction they needed to head into for the future.
Bulls shooting their first free throw of the game right now. Free throw, no good for Drummond. Nuggets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Dorsey. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Dorsey's got his second bucket tonight.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Here's Rose. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And talk about a team that just never seemed to get into a rhythm offensively. It was just an ugly game to watch.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I mean, they didn't appear to have any kind of cohesiveness in terms of game plan, and they never figured out how to attack the defense in that one.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Outside Gasol. Rose sets the screen for Gasol. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Denver passing it around. Pass to Foy. They set the pick. Off the screen. They get it again. Dorsey. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Good looking screen by Gasol. Rose double team. Young against Chandler. Back to Rose. Dishes it to Butler. Just 4 to shoot. And again, Chicago. No good. The Nuggets have gone 50% from the field to this point. 4 of 8. Chandler attacking. Moutier pass to Fareed. Here's the pass to Chandler. Off target from outside. Bulls have got 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. This all setting the pick for Young. Lets the 3 fly. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist from Young. Rose has got 5 now.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now, here is 4. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back. You know, when I think of Wilson Chandler, what comes to mind is supreme athleticism. He can throw it down with the best of them, yet he's still working on the other areas of his game to be more well-rounded.
Offensive rebound.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Outside Rose. This all setting the pick for Rose. And Butler, here we go. Good. You know, back to Wilson Chandler, he's somewhat of a wild card. One of the few guys to go overseas. Remember, Greg, during that NBA lockout in 2011, he signed to play for China and didn't negotiate an out clause when he signed.
Yes. And truth is, Chandler's one of those guys who can give you some solid minutes, but you hope at some point that he gets serious and commits to reaching his full potential.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here.
Boy, and for Randy Foye, I thought it was a big bounce-back year for him last season. His points per game were the highest they've been in 5 years, and his field goal percentage was the highest it's been in 5 years as well.
All sorts of time, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. Foy's got 5 points so far. Outside Rose. It's in. It's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5. Talking about Randy Foye last year, One difference is that he started almost every game, 78 the most in his career. That may have given him, Greg, additional confidence. Who knows?
Well, where I was impressed, Kevin, with his improvement was as a facilitator and rebounder. He seemed to lose his mojo for a few years in there, but last season, I really feel like he got it back.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Now, here is 4. He's got 5.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
And Chicago has possession. Denver getting their last shot to go. Here's Butler, and the layup falls.
That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical, be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
And now a quick rundown of the leading free throw shooters at small forward this year. It's a pretty sure thing whenever one of them gets to the line. And you look at Young, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic.
And most impressive is that he's done it in the first quarter, in the clutch, whenever, as consistent as they come.
Well, you look at him at the line, you can't tell if it's a preseason game or the NBA Finals. Demeanor and stroke never wavers.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Andre Drummond. Gallinari dishes to Hickson. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Nelson against Rose. And there's the feed to Gasol. That's good. Gasol's got the game tied up here for the Bulls.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Down low, here's Young, and no good, and a chance to take the lead. Nuggets have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Nelson with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Chandler is screen. Kicks it to 4. Feeds it to Chandler. He dishes it to Nelson. 3-pointer. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field.
Oh, that's a tough 3-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
No good from Gasol.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Mike Malone had a few moments to share with me. He told me that he's looking forward to this matchup. Their first look at this team so far this season. He said they'll look to play up defensively. As usual, their length and shot blocking a great deterrent inside. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. And as Doris provided the details, guys, the way they plan to attack defensively will be key early on, won't it?
Absolutely. And if that's the strategy, they've got to be full of energy, full intensity right off the bat.
And that's a real pillar to any successful defense when you talk about intensity. I mean, you can't go half-heartedly or halfway.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Splitter's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Young. Clarkson, he's checked in for Butler. And Brooks subbed in for Derrick Rose. And he gets it to go. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons. Last year, they have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups form in that series, but they were able to prevail. Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
To the paint. Got a hand on it. Here's Clarkson. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Mirotich's shot is off. The Nuggets trail. Nelson with it. Now guarded by Mirotich. Gallinari against Splitter. It's tipped. And out of bounds it is. Last touch by Mirotich.
Over the last few weeks, let's see how the Nuggets have performed. 4th in opponent points per game, 11th in rebounding. And they're in the top half of the league in challenging those shots. The opponent field goal percentage, the top half of the league. Not bad.
And you go back to their ranking in opponents' points per game. Teams just can't seem to put runs together against them. You get a bucket here, a bucket there, but that defense, it just wears on you.
A shot by Hickson, no good.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
And Gibson, here we go.
Now that's the way it's done. Take it up high and throw it down with everything you got.
That's right. Clark, he was not going to take the soft approach on that drive.
I would certainly hope not. I mean, you get that kind of opportunity with little resistance from the defense, you got to take it.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Here's Nelson. The Bulls getting the bucket. Here's Laverne. Shot clock at 6. Brooks outside. We've got 1:28 left here in the opening quarter. Now, here's Clarkson. Gallinari covering. Brooks misses. The Nuggets trail by 4. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Gallinari, and it's Gallinari again missing. Chicago's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. And Mirotich kicks to Splitter. Mirotich, the screen. Splitter with a screen on Nelson. Brooks outside. Here's the floater. Denver grabs the miss. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
An interconference game here, just a 2-game season series.
Yeah, you know, you want to make every game count. Take care of business and give yourself a chance to sweep.
Now, here is Nelson. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Here's Barton. Misses and the dry spell continues. Here's Mirotich. Rebounded by Jameer Nelson. He kicks it to Gallinari. And the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Bulls lead by 4. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Well, how about this? A lot of side out for them the way they've swatted shots away. That's a volleyball term, by the way, folks.
Yeah, or handball.
I like that. Or handball
either
as well.
one of the two. They're knocking a lot away.
Yeah.
Mirotich out there with Tayshaun Prince. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Splitter, and it's Brooks in at the 1 spot. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
There's the dish to Mirotich. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Brooks has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And now a 7-point Bulls lead.
Terrific effort on that shot. I mean, he's given up a lot of inches in that mismatch.
Well, height, who cares about height? I mean, it's just a number. Hey, you got to go with what you got. And he took what he had right at him there.
No coverage that time. Chandler's got his first bucket in this one. Chicago leading by 5. Well, perhaps one of the most intriguing draft picks of this past summer, Emmanuel Mudiay can be a game-changing player. Was going to play, Clark, as you recall, at SMU for Larry Brown.
He sure was, and went overseas instead. So we don't know a ton about him other than his reputation is sterling. Now we'll see if he can live up to it.
Now here's Brooks, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Brooks has got the lead up to 7 now for the Bulls.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Pass to Mirotic. There's the 3, and that one's good. Mirotic has got 8.
And how about Mudiay, guys? He has a very interesting upbringing. Born in the Congo, grew up in Texas, then spent last season in China. Already a very well-traveled young man or player of his age.
Now here's Prince. Following the miss by Kenneth Faried. High post shot. Brooks can't get that one to fall.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack. That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Drummond's checked in for splitting. Saul comes in for Mirotic, and it's Rose in for Brooks. And a switcher also for Denver. Foy's checked in.
And you know, with Mudiay, you can't ignore what he does on the court. He has amazing size at the point guard spot, excellent vision, and is a natural playmaker for his squad.
Now here's Mudiay. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game.
Well, Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Baseline jumper. And another miss by Denver.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
Shots good by Butler.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And guys, a lot of problems for the Nuggets last year. Ended the season with a 30-52 record and really struggled even against the Eastern Conference.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Faried a screen on Rose. Mudiay pass to Foy. Faried outside. Dorsey dishes to Foy. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wants to get it to Faried and does. And another miss by Denver. Here's Chicago. They're on a 15-5 run here. Butler goes in. Missed the shot. He's made 3 and missed 3 from the field. Foy with it. He's got 5. Here's Mudiay. It's in and hoping this is the start of a new trend. 2 for 8 now from the field.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Now here's Prince. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Rose. Good.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Here's Mudiay. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Bulls.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
The Bulls making a switch here. Young's checked in. And it's Chandler top of the key. And another miss by Denver. Chicago leading by 12. And Young kicks to Rose. And it's Dorsey with the rebound. Dorsey's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Foy, the pass to Moutier. Baseline J on the way. And again, Denver no good. Chicago's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. It's stolen by Foy. He feeds it to Moutier from 13. And the shot no good, a bit short.
He's having a tough quarter scoring the basketball and able to help him close this gap.
Outside Rose. Passes it to Butler. Drummond dishes to Rose. 6 to shoot. Pass to Butler. The kick out to Young. That 3 off the mark.
Boy, they're fortunate. Defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Screen by Fareed. Now here's Moutier. Not a lot of room. And oh, here we go. Young's got it. The fast break chance. Here's Rose. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed assist. Rose has got 12 in the game.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Denver calls timeout.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
And now a quick review at the numbers for Moutier. Getting around 12 points a game, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And fellas, I would say he's been overachieving a little bit lately. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things for the future.
Clarkson, he's checked in for Chicago. Big group substitution here for Denver. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Dorsey. Laverne comes in for Fareed. Gallinari, he's checked in for Wilson Chandler. And Nelson is subbed in for Moutier. Now, here is Nelson. Out to the right wing. Gallinari inside the 3-point line. The Bulls making a switch here. Gibson's checked in.
On the floor for your Bulls, Taj Gibson.
Chicago leading by 14. Outside Rose. Drummond with a screen on Nelson. Rose kicks to Drummond. And that one's good. Drummond's got 6.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Foy from long range. Good, and a nice assist from Nelson. Foy's got 4 this quarter.
Jameer Nelson dropping a delicious dime there.
And you look at Jameer Nelson, played his first 10 years with Orlando. Then he got traded to the Celtics last season, then again to Denver. That had to be tough for a crafty veteran like him, a tough adjustment.
You know, you look at last year, one of his worst statistically, especially from a field goal percentage standpoint. I really agree with you. I think he was affected by all of the change of scenery and system. Let's look to see him have a bounce back this season.
So it's Chicago now. The Nuggets getting the bucket. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
First personal foul.
And, you know, talking about Jameer Nelson, what a blessing and luxury being with the same team for a full decade. I had a short career, only 5 years, was with the same team. Man, I wish I could have played for multiple teams if it would have been a 10 or 12-year career. That would have been cool.
Both free throws good from Rose.
And when you think of Jameer Nelson, he can still contribute as a team leader. This adjustment happens to everyone as the career starts to wind down, and it's a choice. You can either be a part of the problem or part of the solution.
Here's Young. No luck. And the Nuggets going the other way. Foy, the pass to Nelson. Dishes to Laverne. Rebounded by Clarkson.
and typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. And the Bulls lead by 15.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Hickson a screen on Young. Here's Gallinari. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Look at the space he had on that one, though. There's an obvious speed mismatch between the two.
Here's Rose. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Hickson's got his third rebound on the night. Nelson outside. The pass to Foy. Lets a floater go. Rose with the rebound.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. The defense offers just a little bit of resistance. He doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Here's Nelson. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down to 13 after the bucket is good from Gallinari.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Yeah, it's just hard to make up when you have an inability to make free throws consistently, and that's why they ended up losing.
Yes, sir. I think some doubt started to creep in when they kept missing those foul shots. I mean, you could see them start to shy away from wanting to even go to the line.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Splitters checked in for Drummond. Mirotic comes in for Young, and Brooks subbed in for Rose. And it's Gibson, that time on the assist by Splitter. And the Bulls lead by 15.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Nelson dishes to Gallinari. 1:44 left now here in the second, and he gets the bucket.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Clarkson kicks to Gibson. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Hickson's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Guys, the Bulls defense was as stout as ever last season. A big part of that is they have guys that challenge you inside and at the rim. Even off the bench, all of their bigs are mobile and protect the basket.
Now, here is Gallinari. 8 points for him. Here's Barton. And that misses badly. Air ball. The Bulls leading by 13 to the paint. Here's Mirotic. Rebounded by Jameer Nelson. Talking about the Bulls and their rim protection, they had the lowest opponent field goal percentage on shots right at the rim.
Yeah, and it helps when you compare 7-footers down low. It's not just the bigs, though. Even their perimeter players will track back and challenge at the rim. Really a total team effort.
Brooks with the bucket.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Brooks against Nelson. 29 seconds left in the first half. Here's Gallinari. Brooks grabs the board.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Shoots it. No good off the back of the rim.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
And so we wrap up the first half. Bulls out front. They lead by 13. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I'm here with Derek. And Derek, what are the most important things you've done defensively tonight to help your offensive approach?
Contesting their shots. They're a great three-point shooting team. We're just contesting and getting out and run. That's our favorite thing to do is get out, run. We got big second runs, shooters on the floor, so open the floor up a little bit.
Derek, always explosive in transition. Thank you. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Derrick Rose taking care of business in this one. He had 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. He put last game's performance behind him, doing some nice work in the opening period tonight. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
The three-point shot was their best friend. I agree with the strategy. When it's working, take advantage of it. I don't really like it. Live by the jumper, die by the jumper. But tonight, they're living, and they're living good, baby.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Denver?
Well, they shot under 40% in the first half. There's your deficit. They missed some open looks, wide open. But overall, I thought the offense was stagnant. Look for their coach to draw up some specific plays to try to jumpstart them in the second half.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
What a game for Rose. He's got 14 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved.
So on the floor for Denver, Chandler and Fareed are at the forward spots. Foyle is out there with Moutier, and it's Dorsey in at the center position.
Oh,
wow. Beautiful jam.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
And all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
And Denver has possession. 15-point game. Moutier kicks to Dorsey. Over to the wing. Screen by Fareed. Misses in close.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
There's Rose with the 3, and the Bulls get it back. Drummond passes to Butler. Rose attacking over Moutier. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. 18 points for Rose. The Nuggets trail by 17. Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now, his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping, but I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx. Well, I'm expecting a big year from him this season.
From 10 feet out, rebounded by Fareed.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans.
Now, here is Ford, defended by Butler. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
Shots good from Young. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, the 111 first place votes, only 5 for the runner-up. You know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history?
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. Derrick Rose was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. The coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. The Nuggets shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
The Bulls leading by 17.
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other two, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
5 on the clock. Here's Gasol, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
You know, in talking about D. Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships, and that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display.
Pau Gasol was the number 3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a 2nd-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
Talking about Pau and brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. The difference is that Pau has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marc Gasol, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer. Now, here is Ford. He's got 9. The feed to Chandler. No one near Mudiay as he lets it go. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Butler dishes to Drummond. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. And here's Mudiay. 6 points for him. Dorsey down low, defended by Gasol. Young in the corner. Outside Gasol. To the middle. Here's Drummond. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Good. Just like soup. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. Young fella's wearing the rim out.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
It's been a solid outing for Drummond. He has 9 rebounds, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
Tayshaun Prince has checked in for the Bulls. No good on the second free throw. Denver with a tough year last season. A lot of losses for them on the road as they would go, Clark, only 11-30 away from the Mile High City.
Yeah, and Kevin, they ended the season on a 5-game road losing streak as well. I mean, they had mostly given up at that point as they had tried to develop young players, and it just kind of blew up on them down the stretch.
Here's Mudiay, finished off the break. Mudiay's got 8.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Now, here's Butler. He's guarded closely. Rose up on top. He's got 20. It's stolen by Mudiay. By himself, hammers it home to polish off the break.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. Outside Rose. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Clock at 4. Here's Butler. And again, no good by Chicago.
A big problem for the Nuggets last year is that they just couldn't hit shots away from home. I mean, they finished in the bottom 5 in terms of field goal percentage on the road.
And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. So for the Bulls, Gibson comes in for Andre Drummond. And it's Brooks in for Rose. Denver also making some changes. Hickson comes in for Joey Dorsey. And it's Will Barton in for Randy Foye. Brooks kicks to Gibson. He dishes it to Prince. Feeds to Gasol. A baseline J. And again, Chicago. No good. The Nuggets trail by 19. Chandler goes in. Moutier. Stolen by Brooks. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Gibson the screen. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, let's take this chance now to bring up the rookies at the head of their class in steals this past month. Emmanuel Moutier, number 1.
And if those numbers show us anything, it's how good he is at picking up on ball handlers' tendencies and knowing when to make his move.
Well, he's a premier pickpocket last month among rookies. You can't afford to get lazy around him because he'll leave you empty-handed for sure.
And he can't get the first one. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Dixon a screen on Brooks. Nelson outside. And it's off from three-point range. The Bulls leading by 20. Brooks outside. Mirotic has a wide-open look. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Brooks. That's 10 points for Nikola Mirotic. Kicks to Gallinari. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Bulls have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Brooks against Nelson.
Nikola Mirotic. That's a 3-second violation. Yeah, Chicago. Bulls foul. Giannis Splitter. That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Chicago, Joffrey Laverne. Taking 2 shots.
Thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Clarkson is out there with Brooks. Then it's Darrell Wright. Then there's Tayshaun Prince. And it's Mahinmi in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. And it's Wright missing.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
And he gets it to go. Laverne's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Denver. Chicago's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Now, here's Clarkson. He's guarded by Johnson. Clarkson dishes to Mahinmi. Now Johnson. Pass to Laverne. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, another point of contention between every NBA fan is whether or not the age restriction is a good thing. Some want it increased, others want it gone altogether. You know, for me, it's a matter of whether or not you as a team feel that that player can make an impact on your roster.
Young's checked in for Aaron Brooks. Right, the pass to Prince. There's the pick. Young up top. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Chandler's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And there are arguments, Clark, on both sides for the NBA and the age restriction it has currently right now. Having one seems to have helped the level of play overall, but I think there's some improvements that can be made.
Yeah, with the D-League coming into its own, though, Kevin, the discussion has opened up again. NBA teams used to not have a place for high school players. The D-League could serve in that regard now, but having a restriction is something that I think has helped the NBA. I actually would like to see it be 20 years old.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here on free throw coming up. Some changes for Chicago. Drummond's checked in for Mahinmi. Saul comes in for Darrell Wright. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Clarkson.
You know, the Nuggets could create their offense, but they still would have trouble knocking down the shots. Just didn't have a lot of dead-eye laser shooters. Every field goal attempt with them was an adventure.
Clock at 6. And here's Chandler from the arc. Shot is off. Good defensive work there by Young.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Nuggets did have their problems on the offensive end, too, something that's rare for them, hitting the open shot and the mid-range shot and beyond being one of them.
You know, Kevin, how about being last in the league in catch-and-shoot field goal percentage? I mean, got a good amount of looks that way, but really struggled shooting only 34% in those situations.
You know, Kenneth Faried was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team 4 years ago. Took the league by storm with his energy and hustle. It looked like the sky was the limit for him, but every year since then, his numbers have looked very similar.
Here's Moutier. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on Rose. Getting back to Faried, the numbers through last season tell a very interesting story. His field goal percentage has gone down every year, while his free throw percentage has gone up every year.
Yeah, his rebounds, assists, steals, block numbers have all stayed relatively flat. You know, he's making a positive contribution, but maybe not at the level of that contract extension he signed back in 14.
The Bulls making a switch here. Butler's checked in. Double team on Rose. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Denver's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Moutier kicks to Dorsey. Dishes to Foy. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound Andre Drummond. Drummond's
Assisted, Randy Foy. Denver foul. Andre Drummond. At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots. Assist goes to Wilson Chandler. That 3 seconds. Chicago Ball. At the line for the Bulls, 1 shot. Nuggets foul. That's his 5th personal foul. Taj Gibson. At the line for the Bulls, 1 shot. Bulls foul. Tiago Splitter. That's his 2nd personal foul. 4th team foul. Shooting for Chicago. Will Barton. Taking 2 shots.
2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose. And Kenny, you had some words earlier while the game was going on. What do you think?
Well, he reminded us all of how dangerous he is as a slasher. He drove the lane time and time again and got points inside to show for it. An explosive, hard-charging performance. I loved it.
They were riding a 2-game losing streak coming to this game and could not afford to drop 3 in a row. He rose to the occasion for them tonight, big time. They needed this sort of performance from him. He took his game up a few notches. Love it, Ernie.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.